Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. This is from Weird Punk Books. Excuse me. And this is just a little tiny slip of a thing. And how do I describe this? It is in the form of online correspondence between a Zoe and, let me double check because I have someone else's name in my head. So I just want to see. Agnes. I just recorded a review with a character named Angela, and that was stuck in my head. But this is Agnes. So Agnes and Zoe, their correspondence back and forth. But we start with an author's note. I mean, technically it's an author's note. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes. That tells us that some of this is redacted because there's an ongoing trial. Just going to read this part. Because the litigation surrounding Zoe Cross's case remains open at the time of this publication, certain elements of their communication have been redacted or censored at the behest of Henley's Edge Police Department. So that's the conceit that we're going in with. And so we start with Angela posting on I believe it's an LGBTQ plus site, that she's selling an apple, LGBTQ plus community, queerlist.org, and she's selling this antique apple peeler, and Zoe responds, and they strike up a friendship/relationship. And so what we have after this initial contact on this site is their direct emails to each other, and then their communication on a message board to each other. And we see the progression of their relationship as it becomes more and more something. As always, with a novella, it's difficult to talk about certain things without spoilers, so I'm trying to avoid talking about those things. And this, because of the nature in which it is written, has even less story than you would normally get, I think, in a 112-page book, because we're getting the email headings and the timestamps of their conversations on the message board. So you understand. It's not like it's just prose. So I'll jump right in, as I seem to do with these novellas. 5 out of 5 stars. I think. I really need to check these things. I give it 4 out of 5 or 5 out. You know what? I might have only given it 4. I can't remember. Whatever. It was 4 or 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. It's a quick read, and it packs a punch. As things progress, as the relationship between these two changes, it gets under your skin. And there's a chapter called, where is it? Or a part, What Have You Done Today to Deserve Your Eyes? I think that would have been as good a title as what we have. I love that. What Have You Done Today to Deserve Your Eyes? It's great. It would have been a great title, but this title is great. And there's, what can I say? When we get to that part, the what have you done to deserve your eyes part, that's sort of where the relationship changes, because Zoe poses this question to Angela, and things sort of cascade from there, I suppose. Man, see, because I don't want to tell you anything that happens, because you've got to experience it. You got to let it crawl all over you and dig in. There's a certain line in the book that was like a gut punch, and I don't want to tell you what it was. Just know that it's there. I'm going to leave you with that. Because, again, spoilers. Trying to avoid them. This is the first thing I have read by Mr. LaRocca. I know he has at least one other book out. Possibly more. I think he recently announced, as of this recording, new stuff coming out. I'm definitely going to be checking it out, because this is like a little tiny punch in the face in the best way possible. And I think it's just a taste of what he's capable of. So hopefully that's the case. Yeah, what else can I say? It's, like I said, I like the fact that it's these online correspondences. I like that there are certain things that are omitted, because it lets your mind just mess with you, trying to maybe fill in. Oh, well, I'm reading this part. What the heck are they omitting? Because of the investigation or the case that's ongoing, which is interesting. So, yeah, I mean, it's well written. The characters are interesting, and there are a lot of questions that you're going to be left with, I think, because, I mean, this is all online correspondence, and who knows how honest people are online about who they are and what their intentions are and whatever. All we have is what the emails say, what is said in the instant messenger conversations, or whatever it is, the message board conversations. So, you know, I think this book will leave you, if you dive in, if you let it wash over you, if you absorb it, I think it's going to leave you with pondering some things, which is a good thing. It has an impact. This is a book with an impact. So, there you go. I know I haven't told you much, but again, as always, I don't want to spoil anything, but I do highly recommend it. Very impactful, messing with my head, which is good. So, and cool cover, very bizarre, cool cover on this one as well. I say as well, as if you just watched the review that I recorded a few moments ago and mentioned how great that cover was. But you don't know, unless you're, well, I mean, they're going to be, let's see. I'm trying to think of my schedule now, my release schedule. So this is going to be a week apart, a week after the other review, where I was talking about what a great cover. So again, unless you wait and like binge watch my videos at the end of the week or something, you're going to have no idea what cover I'm talking about. But anyway, I am really rambling now. Great cover on this book. I really dig it. It's so bizarre. That's it. Things have gotten worse since we last spoke. Eric LaRocca, either 4 or 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. I don't remember. But I absolutely recommend it. And there you go. So, and I learned a word. I can't remember if it's a word I had heard before. But 2 of the blurbs say epistolary. Although I have seen epistolatory as well, or epistolatory. But this says epistolary. 2 of them mention that. And that is, as far as I can find, essentially a story that's told in correspondence or letters. So, like, Dracula is half epistolary, because a lot of it's in letters, but some of it's in journals as well. So I don't know if journals count, but sort of, I guess, sort of the found footage of literature would be epistolary. But I just found it odd that 2 blurbs in a row used that, so I had to look it up just to make sure I knew what it meant. So, that being said, my question for this video is, how do you feel about books or stories that are told in this manner, that are just letters back and forth, or emails, or, again, instant messaging? Do you like that? Do you not like it? Do you not care one way or the other? For me, as long as it doesn't feel forced, I have no problem with it. I think it works perfectly for something like this. And again, if Dracula could be called epistolary, am I saying that correctly? Epistolary. It works for that. So, yeah, I dig it. It's fine. I could see some authors trying to twist and turn to make it work for a story. I'm not saying I've come across that. I'm not saying I know any specific authors that have done it, but I can see it. I have read books where things feel forced. The authors trying to do things that don't make story sense or anything. So, yeah, I'm getting a little rambly here. I enjoy it as long as it is done well, I guess is the best way to put it. Well, how do you feel about that? Is it something that bothers you? Would you rather read just a straight narrative, or don't you care as long as the story's good? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I've got. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.